guys, it's Ashley here, and I'm really excited to be channeling my healing angel. His name's Henry, and he and I work together when I do angelic Reiki. He was assigned to me when I was attuned in angelic Reiki, and yeah, I thought it would be really fun to basically share his perspective on how an angelic Reiki session typically goes, and what he does in a Reiki session, how he works with me, and any messages that he wants to share. So yeah, let's do it. I'm really excited because he's, as I said just a second ago, he's been assigned to me, and he and I work very closely together when I do angelic Reiki sessions for individuals or for groups. And he's kind of like my lifeline, so I'm really happy to share his experience. And he's coming in, and he's pretty strong in my forehead, my crown, and my neck area, like he's all just right here. And he usually sends his energy, he shot down to my heart chakra and in my back. And he normally sends his energy through that space, so either through my back or the back of my arms into my heart chakra, or just straight through into my heart chakra. And yeah, he's coming in really strong, which I appreciate. He's saying, hello everyone. Thank you for taking this time and opportunity for me to share with you my experience as a healing angel working with this dear one, and what it's like for me to perform and work with a team of other spiritual beings to assist an individual in receiving a healing. And as Ashley has said, I send energy to her, and she is the one who sends that energy straight through to the individual or the group. She often uses her third eye and her heart chakra and her upper heart chakra to send that energy to encapsulate the individual. I am constantly sending energy through her vessel, as well as tuning in and looking at what does that individual need. I confer with that individual or the group's needs. So basically he's backtracking a little bit. I kind of got it mixed up in my head. So he basically confers with the individual's guardian angels or the group's guardian angels, and they can all talk like telepathically immediately. There's no having to have a lengthy discussion. It's all just kind of understood, and they share the information quickly. So they understand what that individual needs from the guardian angels and their higher self's perspective, as well as what the individual has requested and what the healer, myself, what I have requested for a client of mine. So I have intentions that play a part in it, as well as the individual has their own intentions that play a part, and then anything else that they assess needs to take place. He's showing now that they are going to confer, and then there are many ascended masters or other beings that step in and also kind of join the team, and they're showing kind of like, so what they do is they kind of confer, kind of like a medical team. They're all working together, but they're already coming in and bringing in love and light, pure source energy straight into the individual. I'm shooting energy through my vessel and from Henry, and it's moving forward. And he's saying that they often have to remove layers from an individual to really help the healing process either get started or assist the healing process to kind of speed up. He's showing speeding up. Things are just kind of moving a lot faster as they remove some of those kind of those initial layers of, there's layers of stress, of worry, lower vibrational energies, just kind of, when you walk through like a grocery store or a store that, you're just not really having a good time in, and you just kind of feel blah after you leave. Like they just kind of peel away those layers of energy that you've attracted or that's attached to you. Any that you've generated yourself, stress, worry, fears. And they really try and dial into the heart of the matter. So they look at what's really the root cause of maybe a physical ailment or your emotional, spiritual, mental ailments that are taking place, and how do you address them. Often he's saying that individuals there are many who have minimal, he's saying, trauma or damage, and just removing those layers immediately lightens up the body. It immediately sets the spirit of that individual aflame, kind of like sparks of joy, just makes them feel so much better. And just in doing that allows that person to grow in confidence, allows them to move forward, allows them to kind of heal as they would without having that burden of those extra kind of layers of energy. So quite a few, he's saying quite a few people often don't have really deep trauma or really deep wounds that they have to heal from. But he's saying on the flip side of that, there are many people who do have those deep-seated concerns or things that they are trying to heal from and move forward from. And he's saying as we experience life here on earth, there will be less, while there still will be things that we have to work on and heal from and release, there will be less as more energy is anchoring onto the planet. So it's going to be easier for us to move forward and process and kind of heal from situations that may be traumatic or really difficult to get through. And that's as we all ascend and we're all rising in vibrational frequency. So even if we don't realize it, we will be kind of having an easier time as we come in and experience the earth in that different 4D, 5D reality. 3D's falling away. So that's going to be really amazing. And he's saying too, there will be a lessening of the past life experience, the trauma that's inflicted in other previous lifetimes that can still manifest in our current lifetimes. Those ties to learn the lessons or to have that affect us are weakening or have weakened and are easier to heal and release. That is something that this Steer one sets intentions on frequently, as well as individuals requesting for past life healings. That's important because it loosens the bonds and allows you to learn the lessons that you needed to learn, but you're able to move forward without the burden. Whew, he's coming in really strong. He's saying now that past life stuff is often compounding traumas that we have in this life experience and making it a little bigger. So shedding those past life impacts is going to be helpful, as well as shedding the basic layers of kind of the initial stuff that they try and clear out as fast as they can. And that also really helps lighten the soul and helps you move forward without having to be burdened by those experiences. And then they look to assess the deep-rooted nature of the trauma or the situation in which you find yourself in. And some are related to contracts. They can't necessarily wipe them away because you need to learn the lessons from some of those items to heal from them or assess and understand that you have agreed to an experience and have an experience in a certain way. And some of those ailments or things that can impact you that would make you seek a healing or try and facilitate healing more frequently within your daily life. Definitely some of those you're destined to learn from them, like it's part of your contract. But there are things that they can do to help you learn that lesson and to help you recognize it's a lesson and to help ease the pain and help you to be able to move forward through it as much as possible. And those things are providing guidance, transmuting energy. From Henry's perspective, I'm asking him, in his role, how does he help one kind of move forward on that path? And he's saying that he provides support in healing, and when it's asked of source or asked of spirit in general to be bringing in healing energy. He's one of the angels that does that, and through various means. So he'll work with me, but he'll also work as a group in a group of angels. And he's saying that's what he did before he was assigned to me. So he was working in a group of angels that would come in when a healing is starting for either Reiki or any other type of energy healing. Many angels come in, and they're not necessarily assigned to an individual person or related to an individual person, but they come in and they help with that healing. And he was one of those angels that would do that. He knew that he would be assigned to me as I made my free will choices to pursue the angelic Reiki training and to move forward and to bring this forward for you all. And so once I made those decisions, it was clear that he was going to be assigned to me. And so he's since been working with my team and working with me to do angelic Reiki and bring angelic Reiki forward, but help others however angelic Reiki can through me. So that's been pretty cool. And he's just kind of smiling. That was me saying it's pretty cool. He's just smiling at me, and he's saying that yes, he does facilitate through me the Reiki sessions now, instead of being solely a part of the group, which many healing angels come in. So we'll have, a client's or an individual's their own team, so their guardian angels, their entire team, as well as more healing angels, as well as Henry, as well as any of the ascended masters that I feel would help the individual, so I call on them, or any that the individual has called on, or any that really resonate and want to step forward, they will come in. So ascended masters, other master healers, galactic beings like Dr. Lorfan, I just channeled him a few days ago, and so there's a lot of beings that come in and will help facilitate a healing for a person. And Henry, I'm asking him now, what is his role in that team? So there's all those beings there. What does he really do? So he works with me to understand what's going on. So he's really good about giving me like a shorthand. Either I typically communicate faster and easier through visuals, telepathy. So he gives me a lot of visuals, and he gives me a lot of information, as well as feeling, sensing. So he gives me a lot of sensations. He makes sure that I know what he's doing and how he's doing it, so I can feel it. And then he's just giving me a ton of visuals, ton of information. And I'm also sensing who else is there and what's going on. But Henry's my primary lifeline or communication line to really what's being facilitated for that person. So the initial clearing of the energy, clearing layers of worry, stress, energy, that's kind of just built up, and then diving deeper into what are the root causes of maybe a particular situation, or what is it that this person really needs in this moment. So he's really, really good about telling me everything that's going on and communicating in the way that I need to communicate, or the way that I more efficiently, I guess, or quickly communicate, because he's very, very visual with me, and I do hear his voice sometimes, but I predominantly see his visuals and feel his energy. So that's been really fun to work with him in that way. But he's the one, so he's the communication line for me, so that way I'm able to tell the person exactly what everyone did and how they did it and why they did it for them. But he also often, I've noticed, and I'm asking him to chime in on this, is kind of taking charge. He tends to post himself in specific locations around the individual, and I'm going to ask him, why is that? But I've always noticed that he's either at the head of the individual, like above the head, or he's on the side, facing me on the side of the individual. Like the individual's in between us, and he's facing me, and I'm on the other side. So I can see what he's doing. And he's saying partly it's so that I can see what he's doing. The other part is that he's directing individuals. So he's directing other beings. Ascended masters are stepping in and out. He's directing all the healing angels that are coming in, and the guardian angels, and the other angels that are on a person's team. He's kind of coordinating all of them, and he helps to assess what needs to take place when and where, and for how long. So he kind of does a lot of the, I'm getting a sense that, and I'm asking him to confirm this, like he does a lot of the pacing of the healing. He's saying yes. The pacing, the communication with me, as well as calling in individuals who have strengths in specific areas. He's pointing to, like, Dr. Lorfan, who I work with. He comes in and he's really, really good about getting in there, very focused, laser focused, intense energy, focusing in on a lot of the physical, and he gets in there and he's working away in the physical areas, as well as kind of seeing how the connections are with the other bodies that we inhabit, that are part of us, and how they manifest in the physical. Or there's Master Jesus, who's just an all-around amazing healer, which Dr. Lorfan is as well. But Master Jesus comes in, and he can just come in and he just does what he wants to do, basically, or what he needs to do for that person in that moment. Henry's underscoring that they're all a team. They have all an awareness of what needs to take place when and where for the person. But he helps with the pacing and communication and all that kind of stuff. He's also pointing to me, and he's helping. He says that he helps to bring the energy through my vessel, and I connect with my higher self, I connect with Henry, and I connect with my team, and I'm calling in that person's team and all the other Ascended Masters and stuff. So I'm connecting with a lot of people. He helps me really stay focused in on what needs to take place, and to kind of hold that space and send that energy to the individual or the group, and it's the same in the group setting, and create that space and hold that energy so that the client can really receive the greatest benefits from the healing, that's really interesting. And I totally need it, because sometimes it's hard to really focus for a lengthy period of time on one specific element or one specific thing that's taking place. So he really keeps me on pace and helps me continue and facilitate on my side of things with the client, with the individual or the group that's receiving the healing. And he's also, again, pointing to me and showing that he helps to boost a lot of the energy that I pull in and I set intentions on through the healing. So he really works a lot with me to bring that forward, which is really nice and cool. I appreciate it. He's saying from his perspective, the healing The activity itself is essential, and we can all pursue healing on a daily basis within our lives using really basic, simple principles, predominantly focusing in on using our intuitive knowledge to read our own selves, to understand our own self, our own energy, our own bodies, so our physical, mental, spiritual, emotional bodies. When we can get a sense of each of those bodies and how they are doing in any given time, we can then act accordingly. So we can respond with, okay, my physical vessel is very tired, so I need to go take a nap. Or I'm very thirsty and I need to drink water. Or my mental body is just strained. I need to really focus on my mental health and make sure that I'm bringing in laughter and joy and trying to handle what's happening, but also keep a balance within my mental health. As same goes for my emotional health, letting the tears roll if I need to, but also being able to pull it back and laugh or be in a state of joy when I need to. So bringing in that balance is really he's underscoring that, like, balance is really key for all of your bodies, for your entire life, and the alignment within all of them with each other. So using your intuition to really dial in and understand yourself, going within and knowing who you are, how you're feeling at any given time, what's necessary, will allow you to make those adjustments as you need it. If you feel great, exuberant, your body, your physical body is great, your emotional state's great, your mental health is excellent, your spiritual health is through the roof, and you just feel like so alive and beautiful, like, share that with the world. That's part of healing as well, is helping others to get into that state. So sharing your light, stepping forward, and being your vibrant self is definitely healing for yourself and for others. But also, knowing when it's time to kind of peel it back and take a rest, or watch your health and really pay attention to what's going on is also really key. He's now just kind of dusting his hands off. He's ready to step back a bit. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to post those in the comments, and I will be doing follow-up since this was a pre-record. I will be following up with them. And thank you guys so much for your time, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. If you are interested in receiving a healing, an active angelic Reiki healing from moi, you can find my services on channelingwithlove.com, and I have one-on-one angelic Reiki services that last an hour. In that session, I connect with you as, if you have something specific that you want to focus on, we talk about that. And then I hold the healing, and then afterwards I share any messages, anything that comes forward from spirit, and we just kind of have that conversation of how you can move forward with your healing. And I have a group healing coming up, which is really exciting. That's July 25th. It's going to be in a private Facebook group at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And it's going to be really great. We have a ton of people already signed up, and it's just going to be really awesome to have a big group. And basically, I leave the healing up. It's pretty much set up like I have my one-on-one sessions. We're going to have question time. We'll have the healing session, and then we'll have the sharing of any messages or visions or anything that came forward for me, and you would get an opportunity to share in a group setting what you felt. And I love that part of it because I get to see, and everyone else gets to see too, how they experience the healing and how in line or how unique it is compared to all of the other people who experience the same healing energy and the healing opportunity in that one session. So I love it. It's really, really fun, and it's a great place to share and connect with others around healing. and that's going to be $25 US per person. And you can find that on my website as well, channelingwithlove.com, and that's going to be my first service. I'm at the very top of my service list in the book online tab, so definitely check that out. Let me know if you have any questions, and I just want to say thank you so much to Henry for being with me and being willing to step forward and share his perspective of how he works within a Reiki session and how he works with me. And also, I appreciate your guys' time for being willing to listen and kind of learn from Henry. So thank you all again, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, night, wherever you're at in the world. I hope it's great, and love and light to you. Bye.